dear to me, a person who's a second-generation revolutionary. So please help me in welcoming Brother Tupac Shakur.
Yeah. First, I want to say peace to my mother. She's not here, but I got to give a peace out to her, because I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for my mother. And I'm listening about freedom fighters and strugglers. Well, you got to understand that when it was in to have a gun and to be in the street, my mother gave that up to be in the house and wash the dishes, you know what I'm saying, and feed us and put the thoughts in our brains.
My full name is Tasha Meek Letitia Dukes.
Alamayu Tafawa Haile Mahari Harris.
My name is Shashu Makeda Harris.
My full name is Fred Hampton Jr.
My name is Laini Nzinga Madabuti Lee.
Ayana and Kenge Gregory.
My name is Aisha Shahida Simmons.
My full name is Tanahasi Paul Coates. Growing up with the name Ta-Nehisi was not fun. You know, you get teased about it, people make fun of it and everything. I don't know anybody else with the name Ta-Nehisi, so it was just like completely bizarre.
Like, it's all popular now. It was not cute. I hated it. I wanted my name to be Michelle Jacqueline, because my father's name is Michael, so I wanted to be Michelle. And I liked Jackie. I wanted Jacqueline or Jackie.
My dad was deeply insistent that this was a name of great power, you know, and it meant all these things. And, you know, I got teased about it all my life. And then I got to Howard, and people say, what's your name? And I say, I'm Ta-Nehisi. And they say, well, what does that mean? I say, it means land of the black people. They be like, oh, that's deep, brother. That's deep. So it's like it's a complete flip. You know, I went to Howard and it was like, oh man, that's a great name.
Not only did I have a different name, I wasn't raised Christian, and I didn't eat meat, I just felt like I was outside.
We were vegetarians. We weren't allowed to stand for the flag. There were so many things that made my childhood excruciatingly embarrassing at times.
My mother would start off the school year telling all of the teachers that I don't say the Pledge of Allegiance, I don't eat meat, I don't do this, I don't do that. Everybody always knew I was different.
I do remember using the word pig constantly. I knew that it was a derogatory word because it was said with such passion and anger when the adults said it. And you know, as children, we just mimicked what we saw. So if we were walking down the street and the police were harassing someone or, you know, engaged in some type of behavior that, you know, the people who I was with, whether it was my mother or one of the other community members, they shouted their, you know, their feelings. And of course, I'm doing the same thing, you know, death to the pig, you know.
It became more apparent when I left my parents' school. My parents started schools, independent schools, about 50 years ago, so we all came through those schools. Growing up, going to the independent schools that my parents began, we were all kind of vegetarian or very vegetarian. We all had natural hair. We all celebrated Kwanzaa as opposed to Christmas. Some people did celebrate Christmas, but we just didn't know.
I recall grammar school being written up or reprimanded for just, you know, mentioning the Black Panther Party, mentioning, you know, Chairman Fred or, you know, Deborah Johnson, or just even making mention of self-determination, and just the funny looks and the heat and, you know, the repercussions I received from teachers.
I do feel that in nation building, you know, there needs to be a certain sense of togetherness so that we can work, you know, collectively and get stuff done. Now, as an adult, I understand a lot of the rationale, you know, behind the way we were raised, you know, but when I wanted the regular lifestyle when I was young, you know, wanted to be able to do what the other kids did.
Throughout my life, I was like, I hate the movement. I was very clear, I hated it. I wanted a normal life.
More than anything, I wanted to watch The Cosby Show. And the irony of it, one of the first Black television shows that showed such a Black family in a positive light, and it was awesome, and we couldn't watch it. Why? Because we couldn't watch TV Monday through Fridays.
Honestly, I wasn't a child that wanted to rock the boat. I had to grow into my rebellious, liberating self.
As they say, you know, knowledge of self, but that's a deeply personal thing. That's you gotta figure it out. This is not step 1, 2, 3. This is not a list. The struggle is within you, it's you. You have to go figure out what it means to be Black You know, the struggle is about your attempt to understand what's going on around you.